Music just feels so good. You're on the number one.
What is going on? This is Triple Threat FM Radio, and right now I'm on the phone with recording artist Sulls. What is going on, brother?
Yeah, not much, man. Not much. Just here in New York, just representing, man. Thank you for having me on.
I like it, New York, a fellow New Yorker. I love it. I love it. What part of New York you in now?
Well, actually, I grew up in Queens, New York, so born and raised and stuff like that. So, you know, you just say I'm a Queens, New Yorker, native and everything like that. I moved around within, New York, but it's mainly Queens that I've grown up and lived ever since. So, definitely representing Queens.
All right, I like it. All right, well, listen, brother, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get right into it.
Definitely, man, definitely.
All right,
yeah.
so for those that don't know Sulls, you're a singer. R&B, right? Is that kind of what you consider yourself, R&B?
Yeah, I'm in the R&B realm. I kind of say urban pop because it kind of, a lot of my influences kind of evolved from R&B, but as well as hip hop and, just pop in general, but more of like the urban neo-soul kind of style.
Okay.
So I kind of relate my music more to that. But yeah, definitely I would say R&B.
Okay. How long you been singing?
I've been singing pretty much, God, it's been years. I actually really started, I feel, singing and going about, pursuing a career was like in my 20s. But I've been singing for like years since I was a kid.
Right out the womb, right?
Pretty much. I feel like, my family has always been very open with music and just embracing music as a whole. And it's just kind of like, for me, it just was something that I felt gravitated towards. And I felt like it was something I wanted to do with music. I wasn't sure what exactly at first, but it was just something that I felt that was going to be, a force within my life that was going to be, very evident, and I was going to do something with it. So, yeah.
Can you kind of remember like the first time you hit the stage? And I'm not talking about like singing like during elementary school, like the first time you took the mic and you were like, wow, like this is something that like I really can do. Like, can you remember the first time like you kind of felt that fire, that electricity in your body?
I could. It was like it was kind of like an open mic, and it was kind of like, how to describe it? I felt, it's gonna be kind of funny to describe it now the way I'm gonna explain it. It was like the 8 Mile, kind of like parody.
Right.
The only white guy and all like it was mainly a black venue.
Okay.
and I was like the white guy. A friend of mine had put me on. He was like, yo, he knew somebody that was doing this show, and he was looking for like talent and stuff like that. And it was a showcase, and I was kind of the last person to go up and perform. So it was just I forgot what song it was. I think I started with Usher, and it just kind of went into another song. But actually, it was like I remember the song. It's like oh my God, it was one of his like earlier stuff. But I remember it was nice and slow, and I started singing it, and then I started getting the crowd to kind of groove with it, and they were singing with me. And then I can't remember the second song, but I remember it was kind of like a moment where I was like, okay, obviously I can do this. And it wasn't like I was getting booed or anything, because I felt like when I went up there, I was nervous. So I was like, I'm probably going to get booed or something, and they just kind of, everyone was cool. They went with it. And, I felt like I kind of got the crowd, involved and, just, with me, what I'm saying? And I felt like from that point on, I knew I was going to do something with music. I just wasn't sure exactly what, but I knew I was kind of going towards that like lane of like I have to do either as an artist or someone behind the scenes, but something like that. I always knew it was going to be something that I was going to do within music. So.
Okay, nice. You kind of knew that was like the starting point right there and then.
Yeah, it was just I don't know. It just I always felt like I always had written. I've always like found like it's so interesting to see how people created these, stories, or like, these events in life where like they felt like they had to put it on paper. And
Hmm.
I was always driven to understanding like how to, put something like that together, and also to put something that actually will last longer than just for the time being. That was another thing about me. Like I always felt like, as a writer, you know, you have the ability to create like stories that can be lifetime type,
Hmm.
of, projects, or you
Right.
could do just for the time being, like, oh, something that's real quick, easy, people gonna like it, and then boom, that's it. I always wanted to have longevity, so I was like always saying to myself, like, I want to do something that's gonna be timeless. And I always felt writing was going to be something that I felt like maybe people would know me for.
Hmm.
So that's why I always did writing, but I would always sing. But I was kind of like, more. I just felt more behind the scenes. I felt like my voice wasn't up to par, and it was always kind of like critiquing myself. And I felt like writing was going to be my lane for creating for other artists. So that was actually the goal in the beginning, and then it just kind of got to a point where it's like, you see a lot of artists, you see a lot of people doing their own thing, and they're, doing a little bit behind the scenes, but they're out there. And I'm like, they're doing it, let me give myself a shot. And I kind of just decided in my 20s to, just go ahead and give it a shot. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. And throughout the process, even up till now, but especially back then, because back then, that was kind of thing that I would say like it's your most fragile, your most vulnerable. You're getting into it. You haven't built up that the courage in yourself. Like, who was your biggest supporter throughout the whole process?
Um, there's like, a few friends of mine that had really like stuck by. And obviously, those in my family and those friends that I consider family that have always said, hey, whatever you decide to do, you gotta do it. And especially my family now, I feel like I'm always been blessed with having at least one or two people that kind of saw something. And then, now kind of proven to myself that I'm able to create something that's actually, people listen to it and they be like, wow, that's you. And, kind of understanding like, this was not just, I'm not in it just to do it for like, a quick buck, or just a one hit single, or
Right.
whatever that, whatever the reason is. I do it because it's something that I'm passionate about, but it's also something that's genuinely like me. This is
Right.
who I am.
Hmm.
And I feel like, I'm blessed, especially with these times now. I'm blessed to, be able to still record, and, not with the fast process. And I'm not knocking down like a lot of singles, but I'm able to at least have the time to create and put something together that I feel like, throughout time, it's going to just get better and better. And
Hmm.
I feel like as an artist and a writer, I feel like that's kind of a good thing for me,
Right.
because I feel like, I don't want to rush the process, but I know sometimes you have to. But it also helps me to kind of, create something that I feel like now I have, a bit of time to, really create something that's going to really grab people's attention and get people to really see like what I'm working towards. So
Gotcha.
that's pretty much, my goal.
Right. And we'll get into Revelations because I want to talk
Hmm.
about it because that track is fire.
Thank you.
So up to this point, what's been your biggest the biggest opportunity you've had? Big stage or working with a certain type of producer or like
Yeah.
or connect. Like, what's been the biggest thing for you that like you look at, you're like, what? I can't believe that just happened.
Well, aside from, and like I always shout out my vocal arranger because he's the reason why I'm still doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from my family, who's always, he's a talent of his own. I had an interview. It was like a month ago or something like that. With I had Neo reach out to me.
Ooh,
Yeah, and he
okay.
put me on a live, and just talking about the music, and a little bit about me. And that was kind of like really surreal because for me, I was like, yeah, when you think about having someone that has that much in the music business, that much influence,
Mm-hmm.
listening to your stuff, and I'm the type of person, what I'm saying, like I don't get starstruck, um, but it was cool. It was really like just like that, looking up to this person who probably who's in the same situation probably as me, trying to get heard, and taking the time out to do that and to just to speak to me and to say like genuinely like you gotta like I'm feeling the track, he's digging it, he sees what I'm doing,
That's hot.
and just kind of give him like advice of you gotta keep doing it, don't stop. I think that's for me the most surreal because it shows that it's something there, and it's like not something that just me as the writer, as a singer, that I see. Seeing that other people do see it, and people that are influential that do see it, and they're hearing it. It felt like that was actually a really kind of a big jump, because then it kind of a lot of people now are looking at my music and they're actually really listening, opposed to me pushing it, trying to get people to just even listen to 5 seconds of it. And it's also like in a global market, I feel like it kind of will help because globally he is, he's around, like he's done different projects with different artists or different producers or, different people. So I feel like I want to just expand like globally, trying to get people to like listen to, what I have, but also like I'm open to working. Whoever is, open to working with me and they like what I have so far, trust me, I have a lot more. It's just, I want to connect with the right people, and I want to also, for further artists, future artists such as myself, I want to be able to like also help create opportunities if I'm given an opportunity, because I feel like that's the only way we'll be able to succeed within this business, especially now. It's just about, acknowledging talent, saying like, honestly, I was the type of person like, I knew I had something. I just didn't know, how much talent or anything like that.
Right.
But I felt like, for that to happen, I'm doing something right. So I kind of had that in my head, like, I just got to keep doing, and
it's a pretty good
keep at
self-esteem
it.
boost right there.
Yeah. It just makes me feel like, again, like, even you hearing my music and you feeling it's, makes me feel like, I'm doing something. Like it's
Right.
something that's actually like, it's it's genuine, and a lot of people are feeling it because it's either speaking to them or they just feeling the tracks or the way it sounds. It's something there, and I'm very appreciative of everyone that takes the time out to listen and even like just purchase it or even share it.
Right.
I feel like that all means a lot, because for us as artists, we're already struggling trying to like get it together and push it out, but it helps when we have people that are like listening and they want to hear more, and
Right.
it makes us feel like, hey, we'll push more. We're that's what we do. We stay creative. So yeah.
All right. Have you ever had anybody like recognize you outside of like? See, that was quick. He didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, like I don't have like that pull.
Right.
I think also the fact is because, and as you get to know me, it's like I'm very low key, so I'm kind of like cool with it.
Right.
It's like kind of like like I have a barber, really cool. And would try to play my stuff while I'm sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, you don't have to, I'm just that very low key dude.
Gotcha.
Like I love the fact that people are feeling it, and then I kind of get like in my head, I'm like, hey, but nah, it has not happened. Maybe because I don't put my face out there as much.
Right.
I think a lot of times when artists are, like, I probably have that seer complex. Like I'm
true.
doing music, but you don't see my face. I got that like behind the scenes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if it does happen, I'm appreciative, and I'll just I'll just be genuinely like hey, thank you so much, and because I'm appreciative of people that take the time out to say we appreciate your music, and I appreciate that. So
All right.
yeah.
So listen, man. Let's get into Revelations. Let's
Okay.
get into this, because like I said, this song is fire.
Well, thank you.
What went into? Okay, what is this about from you? Because I know people listen to it and they'll kind of go to their own, it'll take them a different place. But for you writing it, what is this song about?
It's pretty much just me talking about my experience as a New York City artist, growing up, and just kind of my experiences. New York, I feel like in a way we kind of are, created to have this kind of persistence, or like kind of like this wall of just like, if you're not with me, you got to keep going, you
Right.
got to keep moving, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was just mainly talking about my experience, writing as an artist, or just trying to be heard, trying to, have people that, had said, oh, we got you, and just kind of like through this career that I've been trying to make from it. It's just like I've had a lot of experiences. Like I had producers and people that I've worked with that I felt like, yo, I'm gonna make moves with these people,
Right.
and it just kind of, fizzled out, or people just didn't see the vision. And when I wrote this, I was talking about Revelations, talking about like, you got like certain people, in your life, they're gonna back you, and you got people that are just kind of pretty much just gonna be just there for the moment. And I was just trying to, like, what I was talking about is just my goal. Like, in New York City, our goal is to, when you hit Times Square, you hit those lights, you made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see that like big billboard, remember
Right.
like when you remember when Virgin, what is it, the record store that was in Times Square, and you remember how like if you made it to that record store,
Right.
it would be like
That was it.
your goal.
That was it. Yeah.
Or you made it to MTV,
Right.
TRL,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of taking that concept of like, when you make it to this area,
You're on the come up.
you're gonna see my name.
Right.
So it was kind of like the whole like, everyone says if I make it in New York, I'll make it anywhere,
Right.
all that stuff.
Yep.
But more like it was just, proving. It's more of like me proving to myself that I'm making it, and I'm making a name for myself. And I think that's generally what the song is: revelations of knowing who's there for you and who's not, and knowing what the reality is for you. Like, what I'm saying, whatever moves you make, if this is something you want to do, you see who's there for you, and also don't let it prevent you from moving forward. Saying
Right.
keep moving ahead, keep becoming a better artist, a better writer, whatever you feel that you are pursuing, become better. And they're gonna see you regardless. I feel like in life, people are gonna see you. It depends on how you're viewed, but that's up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right.
they will see you. And I felt like, with music being my passion, they're gonna know my name. It's like literally like Cheers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everyone knows your name. Even though I'm a low key person, as an artist, I want people to know that this is what I do. This
Right.
is who I am. And it's like I'm not stopping, I'm just, again, I'm at a point right now in my life where I'm doing what I love to do. I love to create, and I love to write. And this is my style of writing. But I'm also, I'm very passionate about it, and I feel like, in all my music, it always has to stem from something. It has a message in it, and I always feel like I always want to present that message. And if it's clear, great. If it's not, I'm always open to interpretation, but then also letting people know why I wrote it.
Right.
If they ever ask. But yeah, it's just pretty much just saying revelations. This is what I see for myself. I'm creating my, like, I guess my destiny,
Right.
and just kind of letting people know this is where I'm at, and this is where I'm continuing to go towards. And I feel like, you can be on board or not, but I'm gonna make it. So
Right.
that's just kind of like my take on just how I see my life and where I'm going.
All
So
right.
yeah.
Now, is Revelation a part of a project? Is just a single right now? Just kind of hold people over, or is it an EP? Is it a full album coming out?
It's actually an EP. Revelations is an EP, which is out right now, and it just kind of Revelation is pretty much just like a concept album. Like it's taken like from experiences and stuff like that, but it has a little bit of everything for everyone.
Okay.
So it's out now on Apple Music and Spotify, on all those major platforms. You can even Shazam it. Like,
Shazam
honestly,
that bad boy.
you can Shazam, you can Shazam it, and you will find it. And,
What other songs are on the EP?
So the first track is called No One. That's the one that Neo actually reviewed
Gotcha.
for me, and I had created a promo clip. That's one thing I've been doing. I've been doing promo clips I create. Being that I'm not able to do videos,
Right.
like as I would usually.
Right.
But I create promo clips like short clips just to give like a little, a little bit of a teaser for listeners to hear what I got. So the first track is called No One, which Neo had reviewed, which I'm so like blessed that he had done that. The second track is called Coldness, which is more talking about, a relationship that, it's just kind of like, not really abusive, but just kind of like emotionally abusive in the
Right.
sense like, you're going through all this, you're not knowing, what's going on, but you're still attracted to this person. And no one's kind of like, it falls into like the categories and stuff, like no one's kind of talking about a relationship that just kind of fizzled out. And again, it's just trying to find the reasons on why. And it goes into the third track, which would be Revelations. And then the fourth track would be a track I titled Ghosting, which is talking about like almost like it has a trap soul to it.
Okay.
The reason why I say trap soul because the beat sounds like almost like a trap beat.
Right.
And when I wrote it, I actually thought of it in the concept of like the Twilight Zone kind of concept.
Okay.
Like it's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. Like imagine you're in a situation like in a club or anything, right? And you see something or see someone, but no one else sees that person, but you're the only person that sees that person.
Like you
So it's almost
hallucinating.
like it's like think of yourself on a mind trip.
Right.
Like
Right.
you're thinking like you high or whatever. Like
Right.
I'm not saying I do drugs or not, but it's that concept of just kind of you're seeing things and it's just kind of like playing tricks on you in your
Gotcha.
mind.
Yeah.
So that's why I call it ghosting, because it's kind of like, are you in this reality, or is this kind of like like a whatever, like a Matrix kind of setup? You
Right.
never know.
I got you.
And then the last track is called Defining. Now I wrote that track because there was just something about the track, and I felt very compelled to write to it. And it's kind of taking two sides of two people's lives. Talking about one person that's actually trying to excel and trying to do everything she can to become better. As for it's a flip side to it, where it's like you have an individual that's going through like hard times, going through a breakdown, pretty much. And it's kind of like the reason why I did it that way. It's kind of like almost like a scale effect, kind of like you got these two individuals, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like the reason why I call it defining, because at the end of the day, and it's also kind of taking myself in the in that concept of we define what we want or who we are, and I feel like that's a real key to everything, to define who you are. We all go through hard times. We all go through like breaks in life where we're like, we're trying to, put things back together. But in this concept, I feel like at the end of the day, you can define where your life is going.
I like that. Yeah.
Or where you choose to be. And that was the last track on it. And I wanted to round it all off because at the end of the day, that's what Revelations is.
Right.
You define where you're at, and the revelations will, that comes from that. You kind of, you're your own, not your own guru, but you're your own person that like kind of you could dictate where the outcomes, what happens, and where you're going. So that's why I rounded it off like that. And actually, when I released it, it was around the pandemic, and it was just kind of like I was kind of debating about releasing it, but then I said to myself, I was like, if I don't release it now, then I don't know when I'm going to be able to release it. So it was kind of like, I just said, you know what, I took a chance. I had released it, and it was slow picking up. It was slow, but I stay on top of it. I said, whoever's going to listen to this, they're going to listen to it. And if they're feeling it, they're feeling it. If not, at least I know that I did something that I was proud of. And, here I am still pushing it.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of it because I feel like it's my style. It's something that I felt like I've been working towards, and I felt like I was at my comfort level when I did this. And I feel like it just kind of, it's opening up more opportunities, I feel, in a way for me. Like for people that, they've heard my earlier stuff and they hear this, and it's kind of giving more opportunities to be like, hey, I can do this, this, and this.
Right.
And it's a lot more on the way. It just, it feels good to be pushing this project, and it really is I feel like for me one of my best projects. So
Okay. All right. Now,
yeah.
you said it's available on all streaming platforms and purchasing all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But while we're here, we might as well go into your social media. So, somebody wants to check out your photos, your videos, your content.
Okay.
How can they get a hold of
Mm-hmm.
you? Where can they find you?
You can go on IG. Pretty much, IG is the best bet. That will be lyrical underscore styles LLC. That's lyrical underscore styles LLC.
Right.
And there should be a link in my bio. I believe it's still possibly. I think I updated it where the link says for Revelations.
Okay.
But either way, you can click on the link in my bio, and that will connect you to all my platforms,
Okay.
which I've listed. But it's on other platforms, I believe. I know I kind of like search it myself, so I know that I can find it. I know Amazon Music Unlimited has it, and I'm on iHeartRadio. The only thing is with that, they kind of titled me as the Sulls, and I don't know why, but
The Sulls.
I was like, okay. So you may see that, but
All right.
if you go to the link in that bio, you will definitely get my YouTube channel, and you'll get like any other links such as SoundCloud, because I still use SoundCloud. I feel like that's also a good place to listen to music, and aside from Spotify and everything like that. And yeah, all my links are on there.
Okay.
And I'm also, if anyone wanted to reach out with ideas, they could definitely reach out to me on that on IG. I'm pretty frequent on IG, and I'm always trying to update and stuff like that. So
All right. So hit up the DMs, right?
yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Hit them up. That's it. You never know.
yeah.
You never know. All right.
You
So
never know.
you're headlining a tour. You got a worldwide tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's you and two other artists. Who would those artists be?
Oh, you're gonna ask me that? I mean, are these gonna be like top name artists?
Give me two names that you think would mesh. So now, listen, I'm gonna take a guess and maybe throw out Neo, but I want you to pick your people out. Pick out two artists that you think you would mesh well, and the tour would be banging.
I would definitely say Neo. Neo is definitely number one.
Right.
Because Neo is such a cool dude, and he's definitely a talented individual. Now, it's going to be trippy, but I feel like, I don't know why, I think that I would say Miguel would be another artist I would love to, if ever given the opportunity to work with, would be Miguel. From seeing what he did in his earlier work till now, that dude is so super talented.
Right.
And I feel like that would be kind of like a cool, I don't know, it's just I don't know. I feel like these two individuals would be the best to work with. I feel like, because I don't know, it's just connecting with them and just be like, yo, I do this, and this, and if they're feeling, obviously I'm glad that Neo was feeling that track, but I'm just saying, those two individuals, for me, I feel like that would be a good combination.
That sounds like it'd be pretty dope. I pay money. to
Yeah.
go. I pay money to go.
Because I would literally that would be a dream team for me.
Right.
But yeah, man, but at the same time, I'm very open. If anyone's has really a cool style and sound, and they're digging what I do, I'm pretty flexible and open with working with people and trying to make it happen. Even with this pandemic happening, still I try to find a way to work. But yeah, I'm definitely, that would be the two top headliners I would be working with.
Okay.
Me personally, yeah.
All right. So and this maybe ties into it, but you got goals for 2021?
Yeah. Always. For right now, I'm actually going back in the studio. I'm going to try to cut a single and a project I had been co-writing with two other individuals, which are very talented individuals that are, I'm really excited about this. And we're kind of working there, in Texas, something like that. And since I'm here, we're kind of sending through the emails, doing recordings and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's really kind of cool, because working with other writers, it's kind of you see their style, and then you try to see where your style fits in.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see something that actually kind of flows well, even when you weren't trying, but the concepts are so kind of different spectrums, but then it all makes sense. That's how I am with these guys. Like these guys are really dope, like writers and dope singers,
Right.
and it's just kind of like it's cool. It's so like it's natural. And yeah, I'm actually working with another fella that he's over in Canada, which is a very talented guy. And I'm trying to like see about a song that I had written for him, trying to record that. But yeah, my goal right now is I'm gonna try to also push a single that I've been working on, and that's what I'm gonna actually do this weekend, and try to get that together, and really just again, like I just want to be consistent, but in the
Right.
same time, I also I want to give real, like when you hear my music, I want people to understand, like I put time into it, and then
Right.
also with the writing and everything, I just want to be sure that it's ready for the listeners to hear and just to enjoy. And I definitely have a lot in store, so
All right.
I stay trying to plan. So
All right, I hear you. I hear you. Now I know Revelations is the song that you're pushing now, but off the EP that you have out, what would be the next single popping off that you're gonna push?
Well, I feel like Revelations was the main one because it was the title of the
right,
EP.
title track. Yep.
And I believe No One would probably be the next one I'm pushing.
Okay.
But in the same time, if anyone like gets a chance to listen to the EP, if they have any suggestions
Okay.
what I should really push,
Right.
I'm very open to that. Again, for right now at the moment, I've just been doing a lot of promo clips which I created.
Right.
I actually did the promo clip for Revelations, which kind of just gives people a little bit of a taste of the song and a little bit of a visual to the song. But
Okay.
for
So
me,
so we're gonna give them homework, right? We're gonna give them homework. We're
Okay.
gonna tell people go out, buy the EP, right? Buy the EP,
Mhm.
and then go to his Instagram, lyrical_styles LLC, right?
Mhm.
And on his latest, the one that, what is it, Throne, right? That's the one that you have. That's your latest post.
No one, no, yeah, it's gonna be in the latest post, the one I have right now.
Yeah, Throne. I think that's what it says there, right there, right in the front there, Throne.
A throw? Oh, you mean the one
On your Instagram.
Uh,
Yeah, the one.
my
Oh,
Instagram?
no, it's the
Yeah.
one. I thought that was.
Yeah, I was like, oh, throne. Oh, like like yeah.
So
No, actually-
go there, go to the one, go to his latest post, and say, I want this song to be the next song. And you never know, you could change the mind. You could make him pick the next song, right? I mean, that's what you just said.
Definitely,
never know.
Definitely. And that's why I say, if you feel like this is a track that like, I want people to understand, like, if they feel like this is a track they want to see me push, I'll definitely do it. I'm very open to that. But definitely if it's particularly from Revelations, you can pick through that too, So I'm very open to like anything. Like I just want people to like, be able to engage into the song and be
Right.
like to see not only like what I've been trying to create, but also, I want to connect with people as well. So,
Right,
if they
right.
feel like they're feeling that track or this track, I will push it.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now, 2021.
Mhm.
What other tracks do you have coming out? What tracks? What do you have any events coming up? Any shows? Any appearances?
Right now, I don't have anything set because I'm trying to work around like how everything is working.
Right.
But
New York is still kind of closed anyway.
yeah, I mean, it's as open as it's gonna be. What I'm gonna probably see is I'm gonna try to figure something out. I always try to update on my IG. I try to say if something's gonna come up and I'm gonna do, whether it's a live IG live or something like that. I'll try to see about getting into that. But yeah, any updates I will make, I will definitely put on there because
Okay.
it's like that's the most like social media platform I really use because
Right.
I feel like it works best for me to connect.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I would definitely update anything such as live performances or shows. If once that's available, I will definitely put it up on there. But yeah, if just I allow people to like reach out if they're feeling anything, they're feeling any tracks.
I like it. You're
And,
sociable, man. You're sociable.
Yeah.
You're available.
Yeah, and
I like
like
that.
again, like I'm starting to get back into like trying to get the IG live thing going. I'm not really on it, so
Right.
it's kind of like reacquainting myself with it. But other than that, yeah, I'm all for that. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, people that are like investing time to listening to the music, and it's nice to see that it's connecting with them. And I don't want to be the type of person like, oh, you can't reach out to me to let me know how you felt from the track. I want people to share that, because to
Right.
me it helps me to create more and to be more like involved in
Right.
like this is what I'm doing for people, because
Right.
they're connecting to something that I've dealt with. So
Yeah. No,
I
that's
really
dope. That's dope because you don't get a lot of artists that kind of deal with their fans, their supporters that way. It's like, listen, I wrote this song. This is what's coming out, and then you know what I mean. Like you being open and kind of being able to listen to the people that support you. That's big. Like I said, you don't get a lot of that when it comes to artists these days. So that's like I said, that's pretty dope. So it's gonna be the last question, and then I want you to introduce your track, and then we'll go into it. One piece of advice that you live by.
okay. In general,
When
I just
general music, well, just one piece of advice that you can, that is just every time you're making a decision, you're getting ready to do something big or something small, you always kind of fall back on that piece of advice.
I just feel like one person told me, and it's very true. Stay consistent. Um,
I like that.
Even when you're like kind of at a point where you just say I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to do this anymore. Just stay consistent. Do something. If it's something within music, find another area that will help you push it, because at the end of the day, living doesn't stop.
Right.
We're still, pandemic, no pandemic, you could be hot 1 minute and you could be cold the next minute.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay consistent. Just, honestly, and that was something that Neo had mentioned to me when we were like having our IG live. Consistence is yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all good.
Tongue twisters on yeah.
I hear you.
Staying consistent is like that's why people are successful. That's
Right.
why people excel in this or in life, because they stay doing the same. They stay doing things that are going to help them progress. And I feel that just stay on top of it. Just don't give up on yourself, or don't we all doubt ourselves, but at the same time, you got to get back up. You got to keep on moving. You got to keep on looking for that light, that motivation, that reason why you do what you do.
Right.
And that could be, even if it's not music, it's just something in life that you're passionate about. You have to find that reason that keeps you going and keeps you pursuing it. Music for me, yeah, I took a break between projects because I felt like, okay, this is not working. Maybe this is not right for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found myself getting right back into it, because again, it's something that drives you, and
Right.
you just got to stay at it. And I feel like in anything in life, what I'm saying, you're never going to get it like right then and there. You sometimes it's better like that, because you appreciate it more. And I feel like that's the reality that we live in. You appreciate a lot of things more when instead of being handed to you and you build it. When you build it, it's more like it means more. And I feel that just stay at it and don't give up. That's what I like to tell people.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Sulls, thank you so much for your time. I know you are
Anytime.
a busy man, and
Definitely.
you're working. And I appreciate your time. I thank you so much. Thank you for the information about you and your projects, man. I appreciate the heck out of it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna shut up, and I'm gonna let you introduce this song here, and then we'll get right into it. Again, thank you so much, brother. The stage is yours.
Definitely. So you guys are speaking with Sulls, and this track is titled Revelations. Hope you enjoy, and definitely check out the Revelations EP on all streaming platforms. And like my man said, lyrical_styles LLC on IG. You can definitely reach out to me, DM me, and let me know what you think.